In today's episode, we're going to caulk. Now, we have to put the wood frame up on the inside of the van.
No, don't change this.
But we have to use this caulking. I'm using this power grab. It's kind of like liquid nails. I've never used a caulking gun before. I think maybe when I installed some tile in my house, in the kitchen, but that was pretty easy.
You poke it with your poker.
But and that was years ago. Anyways, I don't ever remember using a caulking gun, so I don't really know how to. Doug's showing me how to. He calls it popping the cherry.
It doesn't move; it rolls out.
Use this tool to pop open the seal.
Right.
So now I'm using the caulking gun to cut the tip of this cap. And the closer to the tip, the smaller the bead of the caulking that comes out. And I'm trying to angle it so it glides on there smoothly. That's the point anyways. So here I go again, trying to successfully pop the cherry with this attached, oh there it goes, attached tool that comes on the caulking gun. And I was unsuccessful in cutting the tip of the cap because the cutting tool on the caulking gun was not so sharp. Okay, so we got to mark where the electrical has to come out of the frame. So we put the flange here. So this is where it connects to the vent on the outside. And this is where it screws in to the wood frame. So we have to put a notch somewhere here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't interfere with the screws. Okay, there's the vent. Okay, we're back to the wood frame. We're gonna put the notch in. Hole all the way through?
Yes.
Drill.
Remember, swimming level.
Show you. What? Right there. Gonna drill a hole all the way through for the wiring. So I had to use a different silicone because the liquid nails there was something wrong with it. It wasn't really coming out of the caulking gun. I thought maybe it was the caulking gun. But when it did come out, it was kind of crystallized. So luckily I bought some backup caulk and decided to use it instead. And it's coming out pretty good. So I'm going to put 2 lines of this is also silicone caulk on the frame, and I'm going to push this frame up onto the ceiling of the van. But this is the hardest part because it's physical. Voila, here it is. So there's 2 lines of caulking. So now it's time to place this up on the inside of the van.
I know, but you moved it when you tried to shove it in there.
It wasn't falling in. How am I supposed to get it in there?
Well, when you tried to shove it in there to prove my point,
Bullshit to prove
you
nothing.
moved everything.
Here, clap it. Tired of this shit. Working with you sucks.
Yeah, work with you sucks.
Okay, that's the reality of this sometimes. And this really was the only time that we have argued so far. We don't really call it arguing, we call it bantering. Although he does drop some F-bombs, but that's just Doug. That's why I've got to learn some patience because, I've done my research the last 2 years and I think I know how I want to do it, and that's the way I want it to be done, my way. But that doesn't necessarily trump his 30 plus years of experience. But I always remind him, you've never converted a van, have you? And just because I've watched a few YouTube videos does not make me the expert. But with Doug, he tells it like it is, which is what I really like, because there's no mind games, I mean. He says what's on his mind. He has a short fuse, and that's okay, because I know that. And me, however, I'm not perfect, by no means, and I'm stubborn, and these kinds of things bring that out, exacerbate that even more, right? So we have the same goal. We are learning some patience to work together to complete this goal. And as long as there are no major screw-ups, I think everything will be okay. And I'm having fun. And I look forward to the next van project.